Ramadan at sundown. How's my hair? First Saturday of the month, I think it's 1 p.m., the tornado alarm goes off. So we should be able to get one of those videos today. Always freaks you out. You don't know if the fucking enemy's coming. They quit doing it like 6-8 months ago, I think, just because of the way the civil tension was going. They didn't want us thinking that the fucking British are coming. But then they did it last month for the first time in a long time. And Victoria recognized that too. She's like, huh? And kind of freaked me out a little bit. Is it really fucking happening? So we should be able to hear that today. Oh, war, right down at the corner. Should I call an ambulance? Better call the coroner. And then I see this thing. There's a thing with this Ukrainian dude that's fighting, and he's a filmmaker. He's doing his film, and he's a veteran, and he's with other guys that were veterans, that they're in on the fighting, and they're fighting, and he's talking about it, and he's filming the war, and by the end of it, he's making clear, without even being asked the right questions, he's got something he wants to say about what his film is, that, you know, war is different on the inside, and he really wanted people to be able to see the inside, and you see people dancing, and you see the guys are having a good time, and he says some things that the regular person might find disturbing, but I've said, and I think, finally, there's a voice for a guy like me. There are others out there like us. You know, we need somebody who will speak for us, to let people know the truth about these things. Ramadan at sundown, according to the old Farmer's Almanac. I was in Iraq in 1991 at Ramadan. You know, all these, like Easter and everything else, they shift. But, you know, the Hebrews and the Muslims, however it was proper way to say it, I don't have time to research all this stuff. LGBTQ+. The only reason I know that is because I saw it written down, and I got this kind of photogenic memory, so I pay attention. I say, okay, there's a picture of my head. That's why I had to shut my eyes. I can see the letters. I know what that is, but I don't know what it means. It's only people that have problems with things that really research them. Remember that. And if somebody's got a problem with it and they haven't done the research, it just means they're lazy, and you can just give up on them. You can't cure lazy, is what they say. But yeah, I was over there, and I heard all the, well, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. What year? That's like 31 years ago, isn't it? Yeah. If we consider Ramadan, 31 years ago, I was in Iraq still. Iraq. And my dad, I hear stories about how worried he was, and he told me he was sitting in the fish shanty when they fucking started sending in cruise missiles. The Navy did, like February 16th or something, January 16th, I don't know. And he was in the fish shanty when he heard it on the radio. He's got a little transistor radio he'd keep in the fish shanty, spear pike, you know, through a hole, like watching a big aquarium. He'd go fishing every night after work. And he said, it came on the radio that they started, and he said, stupid, stupid. He's alone in a fish shanty screaming, stupid, because he didn't want his boy to get killed in a war. They still didn't know that we were going in for some reason. You know, the news does such a good job of clouding people's vision of what's really happening, even the soldiers themselves sometimes. It's not the news that does that. We didn't have the news then. It was the rumor mill. That's how they controlled our ignorance or lack of education. And so here he is all worried, and that at that very same time he was hearing that, they were coming in and waking us up at like 1:30 or something, middle of the fucking night. We were in Riyadh at the time, in some prince's palace. Thamama is the place, the air base, not Thamama, but we were in the servants' quarters, all in the rooms with fucking cots and shit, and they came in and they turned on a light, and this guy, the Navy just started shooting cruise missiles into Baghdad. We're like, shut the fuck up, turn the light off. We didn't fucking care. That's what this guy is showing us in his video. We really didn't care. We just wanted to sleep because it's time to sleep. And then we ended up in Iraq. We took C-130s, drove the Humvee up onto the plane, and fucking flew out of there. Burned everything we didn't need, and into Iraq. And so we were there for that time. And then when I drove Major Temple up to a tent where they were having a meeting with important people, because he was the assistant division engineer, pretty much the voice of Colonel Strock, who is the division engineer. He came out and said, after a short meeting, he says, well, Elderquist, he says, war's over. It only been going 3 days on the ground. And I'm like, what? And I thought, I lost 8 months of my life to this thing. At this point, I'm like, I've been over here 6 months and we're not going to Baghdad? I want to kill somebody, god damn it. You just gave up 6 months of your life to fucking earn your pass to fucking kill somebody legally. How are you going to know if you're willing to kill somebody unless you have the chance? How will you ever know yourself? You people who say you would never do something like that, or it's terrible, or this or that, and you're scared of war. But the point is, with all the people I was around, and that's not to say Major Temple, he was very morally fucking stable. He found things disturbing that I was laughing at, had to turn away. Most of us were like that. Everybody is worried about us back home. But here you see on this guy's video, women dancing, and he's saying, you know, that's it. He's just, reality becomes different because you're really in it now. It's not such a big deal. When you've got good morale with the people you're around, it's a fun time. And then at Ramadan, we were coming out, and this guy came up in a fucking red sports car. We were back in Saudi at that point. We were waiting overnight to clean our vehicles, all the scrud off it, so we didn't contaminate the United States with diseases that come out of the mud in fucking Saudi and Iraq. He told us how they drink. And then there was a guy that came out to the Humvee and invited me to come into their little shack. And I'm like, no. He says, come. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I knew what he was up to. I was a handsome young soldier. Who wouldn't want that if they were living in Saudi Arabia? That's a story they could masturbate to for the rest of their lives. And I was like, no. I could feel it, that I'm not going in that damn place. He was inviting me in. And then Sergeant Miller laughed in the back of the Humvee. He was supposed to be sleeping, but he listened to the whole event. He just started laughing when the guy left. And I'm like, So we were there at Ramadan, and this guy was home for Ramadan, the one that came up in the sports car, and he told us the truth. He says, you people believe that all of us don't drink. He was going to school in Houston, Texas. He came home for Ramadan. He says, we drink. He says, you drive down the road, get pulled over by a cop, give him a bottle of Jack Daniels, and they'll let you go. And that's made me realize it's just like people think Catholics don't have sex until they're married. And you know, all these rules that people think just because somebody's connected to some religious nation or something, you think Jews don't do something, you think Catholic girls give the best hand jobs, and well, that's true, but just kidding. All these things, they're a scam. And first Saturday of the month, the war horn's gonna be going. I just wanted to support this guy that's making this video, this movie, this Ukrainian soldier. He said it's not about being a Ukrainian. That's exactly what I'm here to say. It's not about being an American. It's not about being an Iraqi. It's not about being an Icelander. It's not about being any of that when you're at war. He says war is the same everywhere. It just skews your whole sense of reality.